here on YouTube on Breakfast with Sergio about balancing your art career and your life, right? This whole question of how do you balance, your life as an artist, your life outside of the art studio, the business, the family, the work, and everything else that we as artists, we often have to do in our art career. So welcome to Breakfast with Sergio. If you are not following me here on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe so you can watch all the episodes that I put out every week. But my friends, I wanted to talk about this idea of balancing, right? Balancing our life and our art career. Because this morning I did a post for my community inside Art NXT Level programs, my coaching program, and I was talking about this idea of looking at balancing your life not in a 50-50, right? It's impossible to wake up every morning and to balance your life, exact, so that you have a specific, measure that you follow each day. It's impossible because life throws at you all kinds of distractions, all kinds of things that you're not expecting. And it is difficult, particularly for the artists, because as artists, we don't have perhaps a set schedule like 9 to 5, as you may have in a different job. So it's very difficult for artists to manage our time and to manage and balance our life. So instead of trying to think about balancing in terms of numbers, what I like to think about in this topic is the idea of curating, curating my experience for the day and for the week. So for example, when I curate an exhibition as a curator of my gallery, Territory Contemporary Gallery, or of the Joby Art Center, I purposely make a selection of things I want people to experience, right? A selection of artworks from different artists or from the same artists that I want people to experience as they walk through the gallery, through the space. So when I think about that, similarly in my life, right, every day and every week, I think about, curating activities, right, throughout for me for this day that I must have, that I want to experience today. Yes, the life is going to throw at me all kinds of different unexpected things. However, there are 5 essentials, 5 most things that I would like to experience in some type of measure. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Sometimes one of these things may get a lot of time. Sometimes one of these things may get a little bit of time. However, I try to add them to, my daily experience. So I want to share this hack with you. I want to share with you these 5 things. These are 5 things that I curate into my day. Yes, I curate, I select, into my day, and I actually have on my computer for me to look at every Monday a reminder of this. And every time that I go into my scheduler, I look at this little note, that gives me these things. And this is what the note says. So I'm gonna read it so you know exactly, how I have it. And it helps me, it's a life hack that helps me curate these things into my daily life and into my weekly life as well. So for those of you who are struggling with balancing art and life and business and family and all those things. So I have this little note that says on my computer, every day should have a measure of all these. So every day should have a measure of all these. And there are 5 things. The first one, there I have devotion. That's time for me when I wake up in the morning for prayer, time for me to, to clean my head, clear my mind, a me time, right? A me time. So that's devotion. The second one that I have there is meditation. I want to make sure every day I spend time meditating in the morning before I look at the news, before I look at social media, before I do anything else, before I let other voices come into my head. I spend time in meditation. So I have devotion, then I have meditation. Then the third thing I have is work. Because I love working. I don't know about you, but when you love what you do, you love working. I think as artists, we love walking into the studio. For me, I love working. I love the business part of it. I love making phone calls for the gallery. I love curating, all the aspects of my art career, not only in the studio, but outside of the studio, that's work. So every day should have a little bit of work, even in the days that I'm off. For me, a little bit I do of work might be just checking my email, right? Or just making a post in my social media to promote my art, right? So that is work. Whatever the work entails on that particular day, on that particular week, I want to experience that. And then the next thing I have, or something else I want to experience in some sort of measure every day, is family time and recreation. So I have those in the same line, family time and recreation. That could be, for example, lunch with my wife, or a walk, with the family after dinner, or a conversation with my son about soccer, because we both love soccer. So, that's to me family time and recreation. I don't watch like Netflix a whole lot, or things like that. But to me, something that gives me recreation personally is like, I go outside for a little bit. I check on my plants outside, or I watch a YouTube funny stand-up comedian. That's recreation for me. And so I try every day to do something that brings recreation, even if it's just for 5 minutes, right? Some days, like I said, some days I'll get more, some days I get less, but I want to make sure that I curate that into my daily schedule. And the last one is exercise. Last one is exercise, something that I try to put on again as an experience that I want to curate every day of my life. So again, if I go through them, every day should have a measure of all these. These are my things that I want to curate into my life every day: devotion, meditation, work, family time and recreation, and exercise. So those are the 5 things I look forward every single day. I would love to hear from you, what are those 5 things that you like or you would like to curate for yourself as well every day or every week. And maybe you have never done this practice. Maybe this is a good time to start this week and say, you know what, Sergio, maybe you're onto something. Instead of looking at my list as a to-do list and looking at trying to balance this life, what are at least 5 things I want to curate as an experience, 5 things that I want to experience today? And no matter what life throws at me, you can experience these things. And that's why I said I'm some sort of measure. Sometimes a lot, sometimes a little. But that is something that perhaps can help you. This last week I had, for example, my brother here with me, so it was an exciting week. So what I did is I spent a lot more time in family time and recreation, because I really wanted to spend time with him. So that meant that other things, had a little bit of time. However, I still got a chance to experience them, even in a small measure. And what you'll find too is that at least one of these or more perhaps may be hard for you. For me, the hardest one is exercise. I want to experience exercise every day. However, that's the one that sometimes I get lazy. That's the one that sometimes I have an excuse for it. And the reality is that if I miss it one day, it's okay, because I'm going to look at this list tomorrow again. So, it doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Today, I want to experience a measure of devotion, meditation, work, family time, and recreation, and exercise, right? Every day is a new day to check on your list and say, you know what, doesn't matter. I don't feel guilty about what happened yesterday. I just care about what I want to experience today. So I hope, my friend, this helps you. If you like this, do me a big favor. Make sure you subscribe here to my channel. I'm gonna be doing more live streams of Breakfast with Sergio. I'm gonna try to do at least 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Hopefully, depends on my schedule, of course. But so this goes under the category of work. This is work for me, but I enjoy, like I said, I love my work. I love the work that I do. So this feels like recreation sometimes too. And yeah, let me know how you like it. It will be awesome. And hi to my good friend Drew, who's watching here. He says, setting in a weekly meeting with like-minded friends, even for an hour. I love that. We need to step away from our work on occasion. Absolutely. Yeah, you gotta find out what is it for you that you want to curate each day, right? And that's gonna be different for each one of us. I give you my 5, right? And Drew just shared one of his, which is awesome. Spending time with friends, like-minded friends, in conversations for at least for an hour. That's amazing. So for those of you guys, you may have other things that you may want to put there in your list. And please share in the comments. I would love to hear that as well. And don't forget to follow, subscribe. Christine says, love waking up to this. Oh, thank you, Christine. I want to try to do this more often. I had stopped doing the live streams for a while, but they make me happy. I realize that actually I like it. It's my way of also connecting with you guys on the other side. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Breakfast with Sergio. Have a beautiful day. It looks like it's going to be a rainy day here in Miami area today, so we'll see. Have a good day. Ciao.